It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films of July 30th, 1999. Only two movies to look at today, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. We'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend. Richard Gere and Julia Roberts teaming up with Gary Marshall back together again for the first time since Pretty Woman, Runaway Bride.
They call her the Runaway Bride. Maggie Carpenter has a habit of running from her problems.
I think I am screwed up.
But reporter Ike Graham is one problem I'm looking for Maggie Carpenter she can't run away from.
This is attractive man.
I like his tight butt.
Grandma?
I do.
Julia Roberts.
What do you think?
Richard Gere. Fine. Runaway Bride.
We're reading the newspaper upside down. That's very fine.
Rated PG. Starts Friday, July.
I mean, the trailer pretty much tells you what the story is. Julia Roberts is a woman who has left a string of fiancés at the altar, and Richard Gere is a man who's a news reporter who's brought in to write a story about her. And not surprisingly, they're going to end up falling in love. And do you really need me to tell you how this is going to end? Like, this should work solely because of how well the chemistry between Julia Roberts and Richard Gere worked in Pretty Woman, as well as the fact that you have the same director here, but I don't think anybody could have imagined how horribly written this movie was, because my God, this movie is unbelievably bad. It's unbelievable how bad this is. Not just from the story perspective. It's a very cliched little story, but just how there is so little chemistry between Richard Gere and Julia Roberts in this movie. And almost 10 years ago, they had Pretty Woman, and they were great in that film. So what the hell happened? It's amazing how bad this movie ended up becoming, and I don't know, like, I think I was really shocked at how much I did not like this movie. It was a film that really felt like it was trying too hard to be a new Pretty Woman, but at the same time, Pretty Woman had more to it. There was more of an edge to it, and it actually served more of a purpose to this film. But this, I think the biggest fault of this was probably mostly in the script, because these two writers, Sarah Period and Josanne McGibbon, they've been working in entertainment business for almost 40 years. They've done stuff like The Favor, Three Men and a Little Lady. They wrote the Descendants franchise, which really, that's probably everything you need to know about probably why this didn't work, because these writers are not that great, because they did not make a lot of good movies out of this during their time. And I'm stunned at how bad this movie was. I really am stunned. Like, I was going into it expecting a similar romantic comedy that we've seen done over and over again, but it's going to work because Richard Gere and Julia Roberts are in it. But no, this is just about as bad as you would think it would be. Like, the trailers make it out to be. Like, you don't like any of these people in this movie, and I think that's maybe why I didn't like it at all, is because you don't like Julia Roberts because she leaves people at the altar. She's like the adult equivalent of Taylor Swift. She just leaves people, and instead of writing songs after every breakup she has, like, she just moves on to another person. It's just like, what person would want to be around this type of person? And Richard Gere, he knows he's going to get his heart broken, and he knows at the end there's going to be that third act breakup, and they're eventually going to get back together. And this is just really, really just a bad film on so many levels. Like, if The Simpsons is making fun of you for doing the same thing, then you clearly have a problem here. I mean, no joke. I'm pretty sure that when The Simpsons made a parody of a romantic comedy similar to this, they were taking from this. Just watch.
Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do. One groom? Two grooms? But you can't. Oh, my medication. Oh!
Radical!
Is that your final answer?
I don't understand. That wasn't funny.
Wait a minute. Somebody's not laughing here. It's him.
Hey, don't blame me. This movie is tired and predictable. You know she's gonna wind up marrying Richard Gere.
I thought she'd wind up with that rich snob.
Ably played by Bill Paxton.
It's Bill Pullman, you fool!
Point out your plot holes elsewhere.
I mean, you can't tell me that's not coincidental, but Yeah, I'm shocked at how bad this movie was. There are so many good people in this. Gary Marshall doesn't usually make a whole lot of really terrible movies, at least during this time of his career. But man, this was just a major, major misfire on so many levels. And yet people bought into it. It was still a massive hit at the box office. It made a ton of money. So Paramount was laughing in the bank. So was Touchstone Pictures, basically Disney. But yeah, this was not a good movie. This is one of those movies that's unbelievably bad. It's a film that you expect it not to be great, but you don't expect it to be as horrible as this movie is. This is an abysmal comedy on so many levels. And it's a shame because of the talent on board here. You expect so much more, and this is what the outcome is. Just not good. Not good at all. But, so that's Runaway Bride. Now let's get to a bad movie that knows it's bad, and because of that, it's so bad it's good. I'm, of course, talking about Deep Blue Sea.
Tell me, Mr. Franklin, have you ever known anyone with Alzheimer's?
No.
What if you could end all that suffering with a single pill? Give me till Monday morning, 48 hours. I'll give you results that'll skyrocket your stock price.
In the most advanced research facility in the world. Wow.
Beneath its glassy surface, a world of gliding monsters.
A team of specialists is working against the clock.
Did someone order the fish?
On an experiment to benefit mankind.
Sharks never show any loss of brain activity as they age.
We're this close to the reactivation of human brain cells.
But before they can save millions of lives...
Tell me I didn't see them. They recognize that gun.
It's impossible. Sharks do not swim backwards. They can't.
They'll have to find a way to save their own.
Just what the hell did you do to those sharks?
Did you feel something?
Jim and I use gene therapies to increase their brain mass.
What is that?
As a side effect, the sharks got smarter.
Somebody, please, tell me what that is. Go! Go!
Yeah, this is about as stupid as you can get. This is set in an isolated underwater facility where we follow a team of scientists and their research on mako sharks to help fight Alzheimer's disease. The situation plunges into chaos when multiple genetically engineered sharks go on a rampage and flood the facility. So we're going to use sharks to fight Alzheimer's. If you don't think that's stupid by the time you come into this movie, then you clearly need to check your brain at the door. This is one of those movies that knows it's stupid. It's very stupid. But I love every single minute of it. It's a great, fun, guilty pleasure B-movie that, at times, is very unique in its own way. It's clearly a Jaws knockoff, but it takes advantage on some abilities that it's able to do here. Some of the action, some of the pacing, scenes that you don't see coming a mile away. I mean, do I even need to say Samuel L. Jackson getting completely eaten by the shark? I mean, I don't even need to show you the clip. I mean, you can pretty much figure out what that clip is, and it's about as over-the-top fun as you can get with that type of a film. I mean, this is a movie that knows how stupid it is. It knows how ridiculous it is. This was the Meg before the Meg came out, and it's a blast, man. I love this movie so much. Saffron Burrows, Thomas Jane, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Rappaport, LL Cool J, Ada Turturro from The Sopranos. Just a great, fun movie all around. A great, fun, guilty pleasure film. It knows what it is. It knows how stupid it is. It's directed by Rennie Harlan, for God's sakes. He made Die Hard 2 and Cliffhanger. Movies that are not the smartest movies at all, but they're fun to watch because of the effort they put into it. I mean, this is a good, fun movie, man. This is just a fun film all around. I have a blast with it every time I see it. I have a good time watching it. I don't think I need to say too much more about it. It's great fun all around. If you haven't seen Deep Blue Sea, God, go check it out. If you love stuff like The Meg and Jaws, like just a good, fun, guilty pleasure shark movie. Watch movies like this. Avoid crap like Sharknado, because Sharknado, that's not fun. That's just somebody trying to make guilty pleasure without knowing what a guilty pleasure is, and those movies still do not hold up after all these years. I'm sorry, they just do not. But Deep Blue Sea, this holds up very well. See this one if you haven't seen it already, and you will have a great time with it. So, yeah, so that's Deep Blue Sea for you. So with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies, and we have some big notable movies coming up next time, 5 of them in particular, including the film that launched M. Night Shyamalan into the superstardom, The Sixth Sense, with Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment, Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo in the remake of The Thomas Crown Affair, Ben Stiller and Kel Mitchell, among many, many other talented people in Mystery Men. We also have the cult classic, and one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion, The Iron Giant, and also Dick. Just Dick. So, those are 5 movies we'll look at next time. But until then, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. And also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So with that said, I'm off. I will see you guys next time. And until then, as always, take care.